Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Saturday. I had to think what day it was. Yeah. Oh my god. Today I am working on Sweet Summer Come Again by Blackbird Designs, and we'll be working in this basket. And I took out the light color that I had here. I don't know what that back part is. Let's see here. The first color that I put in was DMC 610, and then the next color was supposed to be 167. Well, it was just too light for me, so I changed it out, just this color, to, sorry, I got everything squiggly, 938. And that's going to be the other part of the weave. So, what is everybody up to? I'm telling you. Hope everybody's having a good day. Today it's supposed to be a little chilly. It's in the 40s, possibly 50s. I haven't been out there. I let the dog out, but it was cold when I did that because it was early. Of course, I can't sleep in. I'm telling you. I need to put one more stitch right there because it doesn't make it correct, symmetrical. So I frogged like 6 of these little boxes out, but we'll see how well this goes. I might have to cut a strand. Okay. I keep hitting my head on the silly bar there. Oh, come on. Be nice. We are not having a day like that. But I wanted to finish this basket today, so we'll see how well this goes. Let's see if the brown, darker brown looks better. I couldn't find, of course, any 3771. Yeah, because that's my favorite brown. But I think this will be okay. Last night I did a little bit of crocheting on my blanket. It's about 3 feet square now. It was just easy to pick up, so I didn't work on anything else. I wanted to get a few more rows into it. Then this morning, I'm still thinking about the hashtag thing at Instagram. So I talked with one of my subscribers, and we were trying to figure it out together. And I put a call in to my granddaughter. She's 16, so she knows all the things, but she had to work this morning. So I don't expect her to call until somewhere around noonish. And hopefully we can get this set up so that I have a hashtag for the Christmas ornament sale so that everybody can use the hashtag and just go there and post your pictures when we get this started. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. But hopefully she can do this over the phone. And then she's got to go off to a volleyball. Like, I don't know if it's a tournament or if it's like a camp thing, you know. So I have no idea where and what she's up to. So we'll see. It's kind of hard to put these suckers in the middle of this. I missed a little bit right there, so we're just going to go back and fix it. It may just have to be muted. I don't know. Hush, please. But up to this point, I was using all the called for DMCs, and it has them listed. Molly says hi. Quiet. Really? I don't think there's a soul out there. I really don't. So, we will see. This is a 16 count Regency from Picture This Plus, I believe. And it's kind of got teeny tiny little squares. I swear some days it feels like 18 count on some of these that have been colored. The material that's been colored, it kind of shrinks the squares, so to speak. I don't know. I find that weird. You would think that it, they just rinsed it out, but I have no idea how the commercial people do their dyeing, on a big, huge basis. I have no idea. But it sure turns out awfully beautiful when it's done. Just beautiful. So I'll just go through so many things. I've only got this strawberry, and there's one up here, and then all the little inside stuff of this left to do. So we'll see how well that goes. I may have to change some colors on, like, there's white flowers. I don't know if it's a pale yellow. I don't have it right in front. Gosh darn it, get there please. This is proving to be a tad bit more difficult than I expected. That's what I was having problems with on the, what is it? The Irish Blessing, because the squares were so small, and then to go back and put a second color in between there. I should have just done this by the row, but no, we had to do this the hard way. I guess it worked. Whoops. Worked when I put these squares in. I thought, oh, that'd be easy, and then I'll just go back. So we'll see how well it goes. We will see. Got to have another drink of coffee. I haven't had my quota of coffee, I don't think, today. But I have been up since 7:30. I did sleep just a little bit longer. It's starting to stretch out, but geez Louise, trying to get to sleep has been a nightmare. I got some, I don't know the guy's name. He does a sleep talk down. And I used to do that a long time ago, but not with somebody like on YouTube. I did my own talk down so I could put myself to sleep when I had a whole lot of things on my brain. But now I don't find myself having to do that, but I start with these sleep talk downs, and sometimes they work and sometimes not so much. I wake up about 4 times with it still going, and then I'm like, oh God, where are we at in this, So it uses more brain power than it's saving. Does that make any sense? Jeez. But I thought it'd be a change of pace, and maybe changing, the time and changing everything else, I could get it to work to make me go to sleep. But yeah, I'm seeing it was okay for the first 3 or 4 times, but lately, no, the past couple nights, not working so well. So, what? Hush! Get down. Seriously? I don't know why she's so yappy. I really don't. It's supposed to rain today and snow tomorrow, and we're only going to get like an inch or something of snow. Huh? Yeah. They say that, and every once in a while we'll get like 12 inches of snow. Yeah, it's great. Okay, you just gotta move. You just gotta move. There we go. It's putting a crick in my neck. We'll get it, people. We'll get it. And have I used my recliner yet? No. Since I got my new lamp, like last weekend, I figure if I sit in that recliner this week, I would have been asleep in about 5 minutes. So, I haven't used it, and I have a fairly big screen on my computer, so I can turn something on Netflix, because I don't have the HDMI cord that I should have gotten. I forgot that while I was down at Walmart. To hook so that I can watch, say, Netflix on my TV screen and sit in my recliner. Yeah, it hasn't worked. So is that working better, guys? At least it's showing up. I don't know. I just didn't like that pale color. It was horrible for this, you know. It was a beautiful color, but no, it was just too hard to see it, and I wanted to have some kind of a difference looking at this. I worked a little bit on the crow thing before I went to work, but not too much when I got home. I was just exhausted. Came home and made myself a burrito, and that was about all I got accomplished. So, who knows what I'll be making today. The other day, I was at the grocery store on Sunday, and they had 6 great big huge chicken breasts. It was all in one pack, and it was like 99 cents a pound. So it was like $8 or something. So I got that great big pack because I was going to break it down, and I left it in the refrigerator until Wednesday. And then I finally put it in to separate baggies, you know, like 2 of them in there, and that way if I want to make chicken and noodles, then I could do that with just 2 instead of having to buy a whole bunch. And usually chicken breasts are kind of expensive, but that was a pretty good deal, and I almost screwed it up by leaving it in the refrigerator too long. So, got that taken care of. And every once in a while I like to make my stuffed chicken breasts. I make a little bitty batch of my chicken, well, it's usually turkey stuffing, but it tastes like chicken. Stuffing that I make for Thanksgiving or whatever, and make a small batch of that, and stuff chicken breasts, and then smother them in, you know, like brown them on both sides, whatever, after I fill them with the stuffing, and then put whatever excess stuffing I have in this. I usually do it in an electric skillet, and then smother it with cream and chicken soup and cook it, and then have rice with it. But I only need to make 2 instead of for 4 or 5 people, you know. We did that, my daughter and I, and they loved it, but it oozed creamy chicken soup everywhere because we had too small of an electric skillet to cook like 5 or 6 chicken breasts stuffed. So yeah, now she makes it for her family because they really like that. And that was one of my daughter's favorite things when, you know, she was still at home. And I heard something. I thought it was wind. I think it's wind. Wind's going to pick up, and now it's going to snow, right? Great. Yesterday, all day, when I was at work, it looked like it was going to snow the whole time. They're supposed to get 20 inches of snow up. I have to see where I'm at the top, or in the mountains, I mean, like at 14,000 feet. But we're not supposed to get that much. I keep looking at the things, and it keeps saying, oh, 3 inches, oh, less than an inch. And I'm like, yeah, I don't believe you people, because they never seem to get it right. And then it shocks you when they do, you know. So I don't know what'll happen, but we get enough to stay inside if we have to, and not have to go anywhere for the next 3 days. And then usually it's melted off by the time I gotta go to work on Tuesday, because I work nights Tuesday. I mean 2 to 9 o'clock. They changed our hours again. Oh, there was a little piece of, I got little pieces of leftover stuff I frogged out. Figured I'll get the frogging done because who wants to sit there and watch somebody frog something out? I know. That took about half an hour. It was special. I really do like this little pattern. It's just cute. And I'd like to finish it. But some days, I don't want to work on the small stuff. I'd rather work on the complicated stuff. My brain's ready. Let's do this. Yeah. So, it seems like the small ones take as long to do as the big ones, because I don't get around to them that often. And I'd like to get all the lettering done on Ye Old Crow so that I could get the red parts that I'm going to put into it and just get it done. It's not that big. So we'll see what we get done this weekend. We'll see. Maybe it's a week of smalls. Who knows? And I have been known to change my mind. Wish you could see Molly. She's up there laying on top of the couch. She's giving me the evil eye because I yelled at her because she was yapping. I think everybody next door is finally gone. And they don't come and go very much. You know, I think they're both working 5 days a week too, so they don't have much free time to be going and running up and down the road. So I know I don't make free time like that. I just think it's a waste of time myself. But unless I'm trying to finish something or get something, I have no reason to be out there. Hey, we're getting there. Is it showing up well? Gosh, I hope so. It's kind of an odd color, that other brown. What did I just say it was? Oh, goodness gracious. It's called Cocoa. Well, it was Weeks Dye Works Cocoa, but it's 610. Oh, well. It looks better than it did, because I couldn't tell the difference, especially on this fabric, between this and the lighter one. So, hopefully it'll be okay. It's kind of a nightmare. Once I got started stitching on it, though, I could make this whole little pattern. So that part went pretty fast. Faster than I expected. But the lines were, there was 2 up and down this way and 2 that way. Yeah. They had to use that for that? Okie doke. It could have been another symbol. It would have been easier, but okay, we got past it. We're stitching. Oh, I see the trees are blowing now. Must be blowing something in, but the clouds were big and heavy, and we didn't lose the mountains like we do when it's gonna snow up there. So it never did anything, and it got down to about 50 degrees by the time I left work. And I got out of there right at 6 o'clock-ish. So, yay. Pretty good. We're making our way across here. Hopefully you can see. It's not too difficult. Now it's gotten better. I don't know if it's because I made those, when I frogged that out, made them a little whoppajawed so they didn't want to stitch right. You can't see them really well unless, you know, it looks ironed, if you will. The other part looked a little wrinkled, so it was catch as you can. So yeah, I'm going to try to get the hashtag thing done today, hopefully, if I can. if I can. I'll be glad when I learn how to do this. It's not keeping me up nights, nothing like that, but it bothers me that I don't know how to do all that. Oh well. And you know I hate something new, and heaven forbid it's got a computer involved. Yeah, techie savvy some days I'm not, but if you just show me what to do, I'm good. I don't know all the words or the correct lingo to use, but whoops, sorry about that, guys. So we'll see. We're getting there. So not much happening around here. Not much at all. They did have a parade for the veterans. What day was it? I think it was not a parade. I'm sorry. It wasn't a parade. We had people lining up the streets, and they were honoring, is the word, the veterans as people drove by. So that was kind of cool. So I think we've gotten out all of our socialization for this week that they're going to have. I'm surprised that they did that, but everybody was wearing masks, so it was a time. And they were kind of strung out over a block and a half or more, so that helped. There's nothing to go out and take pictures of because the leaves are really crappy. I was sitting here, I had the door open, and the wind blew yesterday, and it looked like it was raining leaves off my tree. It was funny. And now I gotta sweep the porch again. Oh, guess who's back? My crazy fly. I'm telling you, you should learn how to do cross stitch, because I need some help here. How many legs you got? You got 4? Or do you have little hands? Because it would be helpful. Because I'm never going to get this stuff stitched in my lifetime. In fact, my granddaughters will probably inherit it from my kids. And they'll go, what the hell was Grandma thinking? We can't even finish this. So then they'll pass it on to somebody else. Yeah, that's the way that'll go. I'm telling you. Or they won't even like it at all. That's how that works. Some of these squares are quite the ordeal. But I think it's going to look pretty when it's done. It should be gorgeous. How bad can it be? It's Blackbird. Come on. Watch some YouTube and some floss tubes, and of course I watched Call the Midwives until I couldn't see straight and got sick of listening to it. I think I'm down to. There's one more season that I gotta watch. And then, yeah, I'll be done with that again. I really don't want to have to start on Grey's Anatomy, because it's the one I've watched the most. So, it's just... And it's got 17 seasons. It's not like the rest of it. Where the heck am I? Almost stitched over the other color brown. It's so nice and quiet in here. It's so terribly quiet. And my little peeps, you know, with the bobbly heads, they're over there ticking in my window. It always sounds like a clock ticking. I always wanted to have a cuckoo clock. For some reason, my aunt had one when I was little. It was so cool. I'd go and stay at her house with my grandmother. That was my grandma. She was my great aunt, I believe. Yeah. And it was nice. And she had all the Avon things. All the Avon, because she was highly into Avon. My mother used to say she smelled like Avon coming and going. Because at that time, all of that stuff was pretty loud in smelling wise, but I always thought it smelled really good. That's before my nose got all screwed up, I guess. But it always smelled good. But she had, you know, all the little things, container things that Avon used to come in. You know, like the cars and I can't, and the girls and whatever. She had all that. Yeah. She even had a whole set of redware. I'll call it redware. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. From Avon. Oh, I love those red dishes. Oh, man. But you know what her other set of dishes were? Yeah, Fiesta ware. Oh, my God. I love the Fiesta ware. I just wanted to hug it every time I saw it, because we just had either Melmac or, well, now my mother had good china, but she had Melmac, and then we had some kind of dishes that were kind of like an off-white with a green, what have I got it all over my hands? Like a green rim around it, and the coffee cups were the same. And then by the time we got to, I don't know if it was when we lived in Chicago, we got to Corel. I think that's when the Corel came out. Those really flat dishes. So we had them for daywear. But yeah, she had other stuff. But we didn't have fancy dishes like the redware and the Fiesta ware. Oh God, I loved Fiesta ware. Yeah. And by the time I got old enough to even go looking for it, it was just worth a fortune at antique stores. So that wasn't happening for me. And she had some, Homer Lawton? No, is that right? China? My aunt, that is. I know I found a couple pieces, you know, when I was looking on, at antique places and stuff. But I always liked Homer Lawton china. Then my mother had some German pieces that belonged to her grandmother, I think. I'm not real sure. But they were beautiful. They had some green foliage stuff on them. They were just awesome. Somebody's rattling. It sounds like somebody with a car with one of those flatbed trailer things behind it. Jumping off curbs out there. That's what it sounded like. Oh, jeez. But yeah, I do like china, and I like collecting pieces of china and stuff. It doesn't matter that it doesn't match. It doesn't bother me. I just like collecting it. I used to collect, what do you call them? Teacups and stuff. I have quite a few of those. I even have some Limoges that I found. It was probably everyday Limoges at the rate I'm going. But I found a teacup and a saucer one time at one of the thrift stores. And I like cloisonne. Just love it. Anamari. Yeah. And I have collected some Nippon. I love my Nippon. Especially old Nippon. It's so pretty. I found a lot of really nice things when I lived in Kansas. In the Midwest. And I've been to antique stores, I think probably everywhere I've lived. So, yep, I just like collecting junk and glassware. Yeah, and plates. I love Blue Willow. And there for a while I was collecting state plates. I think it was Vernon Kilns. I think. Vern Kilns? I don't know how to say that anymore. Yeah, and I used to sell some of it on eBay. But I got tired of shipping glassware. So, that was before they had all the fancy stores, you know, where you could, God, what was I going to say? You know, the mailing people, where you could go and have them mailed out. They didn't have them back then. I don't even know. We might have had a Kinko's, but short of that, no. And I don't even hear about Kinko's anymore. Of course, I don't watch a lot of TV. So I'm only getting the ads on YouTube. Or some of the games I play, but just haven't heard of that anymore. Now it's the UPS store and mailbox, etc. are incorporated. Holy cow, it's just really windy. That ought to get rid of all them old leaves. Well, I hope this is going to look okay, because we're just going to leave it, because we've come too far now. Oh, I forgot what I was stitching. That was special. I thought I was at the corner. I wasn't. Try again. Watched, is it Nicola or Nicola Hartman? I don't know how to say her name. I wish she'd say her name, but I still can't get it in my brain how to say it. So I'm sorry, dear, if I said your name wrong. I know who you are. You're like the queen of the reproduction stuff. Love that lady. Oh my God. There's just so much to learn. And so little time. And I love the history about samplers and where they came from and who made them, and yeah, just fascinated by the history. And what was their life like, you know, while they were, you know, when they were at the time of when they were stitching them. What were they doing? You know, certainly nothing like we were doing, you know. It's just bizarre to think. You can't even imagine, and they couldn't even imagine our world, you know? An entire lost 100 years. But it's nice that there are people out there that like the reproduction stuff and like to reproduce them for others. I think that is very commendable. Just don't have a stitching history. I mean, to pass on, or you know, nobody did this kind of stuff. They did, but not to any great overdone extent, if you will. I don't have bed covers and doilies and stuff like that to even pass on to my kids. Yeah. So that's why I'm building this legacy. You know, it'll be something for them to have for their kids, and on and on and on, you know. It skipped like 4 generations in my house, and now I'm making up for 4 generations. I mean, I can remember people working on things, but I don't know. I mean, it was mostly doilies, you know, for like end tables, because we had nice little end tables and stuff. And then that all went out of fashion, you know. And I can remember for the first time I got married, I made what do you call them? Pillow cases for when I got married, so that we'd have it on our wedding night. Yeah, I stitched and stitched and stitched. That was just a little thing that they put out by Lily. You remember Lily thread? I'm sure you can still get Lily thread somewhere, but I don't know. But see, all that went out of fashion. Somewhere we lost all that. So, and then I wasn't too into getting a kit or whatever to stitch. Then I jumped into quilting, and yeah, that's how that happened. It's poof, gone. My daughter did try to cross stitch, and then she had children, so now she's like, well, nope. Oh God, my granddaughter is gonna lose her first tooth. I'm like, are you kidding? Seems like just yesterday that we were worried about whether she was gonna get any in. Jeez, how did that happen? My daughter and I both cried. We did. It was sad. We're almost across there, guys. We're almost across there. This will probably be a long one. I just felt like just keep stitching. And hopefully it's still recording, or I'd be pretty sad. But yeah, it's a sad moment. Sad, sad, sad. So we'll see how that works. Seems like they just grow up way too fast. Way too fast. My daughter and I could barely eat lunch without having the granddaughter there, because we've drug her around, I swear, since she was in an absolute car seat and didn't even know we were dragging her around. So, yeah. We're going to have to go one day when everybody's home and everything. So maybe over Christmas vacation. If we're not in lockdown, who knows? We'll see. So, because I miss going with the grandkids. I think it gives them a sense of socializing, and I think they should be taught to go and eat out and sit there and be ladies and gentlemen and eat your dinner and talk softly. I don't know. I come from a long, old line of that, you know? Because we weren't allowed to horse around or race around or anything. And I think if you start them young enough, they can sit there and eat. They're perfectly fine and satisfied to just sit and eat and do their own little thing. My daughter and I, we're down onto this now because, you know, before they were coloring, but, you know, the 10-year-old don't want to color, so we just pass out the cell phones. They play their little game on silent mode, or they have a little Game Boy type thing that they play, and they're just good as gold through the whole thing. Waiting for their food, no arguments. It's great. Yeah. I'm telling you. Because we've had some restaurant moments, believe me. Oh, sure, I get down to the last one, and I'm going to run out of thread. How bad is that? Sad, sad, sad. I almost got it, guys. I almost got it. Hang in there. Got to get rid of this thread. I cut my thread a little longer. I always say that. One more square, and then we can call it good. We are sure not going to rip this sucker out. I was thinking maybe I could put some beads where the little white dots were on them. Just a little accent here and there. Kind of doll it up. I don't know. It was just a thought. Do you see that what's happening? I'm having the beads are calling me now. I was like, no, I'm not getting you out. I know right where they're at. They have their own plastic container, of course. I've got like 5 beaded projects in there that I should work on. Not the tiger. The tiger's not in there because it's too big. It's huge. But I love that tiger. But I just don't want to have to work on it. Not happening. Oh, and I was at work and somebody said, oh, do you want this box? It's a nice heavy box. Oh, sure, I'll take it home with me. What is the first stupid thing that I left there? Yep. So I'm going to have to go find me another box. I was going to clean off the top of this desk, there's some stuff that needs to go with the mixed media crap, and yeah, it just needs to be organized. It just needs to be organized. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But I think the brown is going to be just fine. Perhaps I should have used black, but oh well. It is what it is. And we're not going back, because frogging 6 of them things about drove me over the edge, so no, I can't imagine frogging this all out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've been kind of wishy-washy. But yeah, I've been wanting to drag out the beads for some reason. And just put beads on everything. So hopefully the, what do you call it? The Christmas ornament thing will solve that problem. And we can just go on from there. I do want to add beads to my Christmas garden. Ah, we're done. Yay! So, yeah, we'll see how well that works out. But I haven't worked on it anymore since I talked to you last. So, maybe I'll try to finish that. Alright, guys. That is it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and please hit the bell. And that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Y'all have a good rest of your Saturday. Good rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands. God bless. Keep stitching. Bye-bye.